You must come in early. You know why? Because Nurul can take attendance, then she can leave and do her work. All of you must come on time. Otherwise, like now, she got to wait for the rest. So please come in earlier next time. By 11 must come in already. Okay? So that she can take the attendance. Okay, we will start now. Okay, today we will talk about professional practice. This is a new subject. All of you are very lucky. Before this, we don't have this topic. This topic, professional practice, is to get you ready for the interview. Sure or not? Like or not? Happy or not, y'all? Happy or not? You are very lucky, you know. The previous groups, they don't have this. They didn't have this topic. Okay, so now all of you have this topic. This is a topic recommended by Lembaga. Okay, so we have to include this topic in the program. Okay, as usual, we will talk about the recommended reference. Is also similar actually. You look at different subject, the reference materials are very similar. Act 242, MEAS, and then the other one here, the extra one is Code of Conduct and Ethics for Registered Estate Agent. Okay, so these are the recommended reference materials. Those who have not purchased the book, please buy them from the bookshop. Okay, this one is the Act 242. The latest one is green color. Okay, up to I think August 2025. Okay, MEAS is still the same. You can buy from Lembaga, 20 ringgit. Cannot write anything. I allow you to take the book in for the final exam. You can have open book. Important thing is you know where to find. I do not expect you to memorize all, but for MEAS, there are only 10 standards. So I hope you can memorize them, because if you are able to quote the standard, the topic, then you will sound very convincing during the TPC, during the interview. That means you know your stuff. Of course, if you don't quote the section, if you give the correct answer, it's still okay. But if you are able to name the section, Act 242, Rule 91, then it's very good. You are not allowed to share your professional fee with non-professionals. Like that. So if you are able to say that, you will sound very convincing. That will help the how to say, interviewer assess you better. So everybody, because this MEAS only 10 standards, I highly recommend you to memorize all the 10 standards. Okay. The third one is the Code of Conduct and Ethics for registered estate agent. Okay. Now let's look at this is an important subject. Coursework 50%, final exam 50%. Assignment 20, assignment 2 20, test 10. For this, actually, I feel very strange. How come this one got no presentation? Actually, they should include one on the mock interview, you know. I try to arrange for a mock interview with all of you, you know, like test questions so that you will know what to expect. You know, questions that they normally ask you. That is very, very important. So they will ask you on the standards, ethics. You should be able to answer them based on all the act and the standard. Okay, now let's look at the coursework. Test 10%, assignment 2020. Yeah. Deadline, look at the deadline. Do you want to have any modification, any change for the deadline? Everybody okay with this date?
Madam, I think we have two the same day.
Yes. Test is very easy, the test, online test.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But then I'm a bit worried about your assignment. Assignment you are supposed to submit by this date also. You see, the problem I have now is this is a short SAM, you know. And because of short SAM and we have holiday, I don't have much time, you know. So, and I want to give you more time to prepare so that I can give you more marks. Is everybody okay or not? So for the four of you, Feng Feng,
Yeah.
yeah, so it's the same day. So on the 7th, it's very heavy for you, you know.
Is it possible to give us the question earlier also, so we can has longer time to prepare, like
The
this
assignment,
week? Yeah, the
can,
assignment questions. Yeah.
can. So I give
Then we
you more time to prepare, but I
ah
still let you submit by the 7th.
ah
Can? Because after that,
okay,
you need to prepare for your final exam. Your final exam is from the 13th
to the
to the
17th.
17th of July.
Ah,
So this is like a very, very last day already.
yeah.
Huh?
Okay. Give us a question earlier if it's possible.
Can.
All right. Thank you, madam.
Welcome. Okay, anything you want to add here? Otherwise, everybody will take this date. And I want to highlight to all of you, please submit your assignment. If you don't submit, I will give you 0. I'm very strict on this now. Very, very strict. Do not think that you don't send assignment and you want to pass. You don't send assignment unless your other marks are very good. Otherwise, for that particular assignment that you do not submit, I will give you 0. Really serious, this one. Assignment 1, 20, group assignment 20. How many of you are? About 20, is it? Let me check. Nurul, how many of them are total? Total, how many?
Wait, this one is professional practice. So, all of them professional practice. 21 student.
21. 21 minus kita. Kan ada kita. You and I.
What you mean by
19.
inside the Zoom? Is it?
No, 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 no. The list of all students. Group G, H, and I.
Oh, inside the WhatsApp group?
Yeah.
I belum check dalam tu. Tapi name list I tahu siapa ambil.
19 kan?
Sekejap ni. Student sepatut 21. Jadi sekarang member ada 21.
21?
Ada
That
lagi
means
yang tak join lah.
ada 2 more students not joined yet lah.
Yes.
Aiyo. 21 So 21, 21. How
Mm.
many groups? I make 4 or 5 also cannot. 4 or 5. Let me see. If 4 to a group, then one person will join any of the group. Okay. I make it 4 to a group, and then Ziad, Ziad can join anybody. Okay?
Yes, madam.
Okay, macam ni.
Mm-mm.
Untuk a group assignment, 4
Mm-mm.
orang dalam satu group. Tapi you
Mm.
boleh join group mana-mana.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Group mana yang free I boleh join?
You boleh join suka hati you. Tapi untuk mereka yang lain, 4 to a
Mm-hmm.
group. Is that okay or not, everybody? Because I cannot have 6 to a group. 6 to a group is too many already.
If everyone okay, then I'm okay.
Okay, so everybody okay or not? 4 to a group, and then Ziad can join anybody. So for Ziad's group is 5. The rest of 4.
Okay, madam.
Okay, okay. So everybody, we just follow that, Okay. Now, learning outcome. At the end of this chapter, you should have the overview of the real estate industry, then the role of REA, PEA, and REN, and then you have professional expectation and the introduction to PPC. Okay? Wow, some of them don't want to join the class. They're very clever. I see some not in the class yet. Okay. Okay, now let's look at the overview. Initially, property was sold by owners, and then okay, then oversee. Okay. Okay. Property sold by owners initially how to say industry started sold by owners, then later we have chetty, you borrow money and then you pledge your property with them, then when you cannot pay, then they will sell your property. We have this chetty, and then as you have more people, the population grow, then you have these middlemen and brokers appear. Then we have middlemen and brokers. Then later you have property consultancies and real estate agencies. And then later you have marketing companies for developer to build more houses for the public. Okay. Then in the 1980s, government was asked to regulate this profession. And the Ministry of Finance actually asked the board of that time was board of valuer and appraisers only. So Ministry of Finance asked this board of valuer and appraiser to help. And after that, estate agency practice was included in the Valuers Appraisers Act. That's why now you see the act becomes Valuer Appraiser Estate Agent Act. Okay. And it was approved in 1981. Okay, approved by Parliament in 1981. Okay. So this act becomes the official. If you do real estate agency, you must follow this act. And the Board of Valuer or BOVIA is the official regulatory body. That means they will regulate this profession, which includes valuer, appraiser, and estate agent. And in 1985, 800 persons were given the license. You just need to go to lembaga and say, I am doing this business. And then you will be given a license. That is for license E1 to 800. So these people didn't have to go for exam or tests like what you go through now. They just go to lembaga and apply. Okay. And then in 1986, rules were introduced. That's why you see you have Act 1981, Rules 1986. If you look at the book, if you have the book, you have Act and also rules. So what is the difference between the Act and the rule? The rule actually is like a more detailed, explain the Act in more details. Okay. And property managers later were also included in the Act. And the board also take care of property managers. That's why now the Act is called valuers, appraisers, estate agent and property managers Act 1981. Okay. I see Nicole join. Which Nicole is this?
Yes, Madam Chong, Nicole Yu.
Oh, Nicole Yu. Okay, good. Okay, and now we are talking about the overview of the industry, how it started and to what we are today. Okay. So now we have Property Manager Act. Property manager are included. So you have valuer, appraiser, estate agent, and Property Managers Act 1981. And board also taking care of the property managers. So now the board take care of valuer, appraiser, estate agent, and property managers. There are talks going on saying that this property manager may go into a different ministry. We do not know. It's not finalized yet. But at the moment, all property managers are still under the board and follow this Act 242. Okay, this is lembaga. The address and the phone number you can get from, you can Google. Okay, what is this board? What is this Bovia? Was set up in 1981 under the Ministry of Finance. Okay. And this board is under the Act. Okay. Provision under the Act 242. Okay. What do they do? To maintain and to keep and maintain the register of all the valuer, appraiser, estate agent, and property manager, and also all the probationaries. Okay. And then, do you know the difference between valuer, appraiser, estate agent, and property managers? Who can help me? What is the difference? Who are the valuers? Who are the valuers? Okay. Valuers give valuation of properties. Appraisers also give valuation of properties, but appraisers are limited by maybe by area. Certain appraiser only handle certain area. Certain appraiser only up to certain limit. They have a limit. That means they can only for certain property up to how much like that. And now lembaga no longer issue license for appraisers. No more license for appraisers. Once it's gone means no new licenses are issued for appraisers. So now you only have licenses for valuers, estate agents, and property managers, and also the probationaries. Okay. And then lembaga also approve or reject application to become a valuer, appraiser, estate agent, and property managers, and also the probationaries. They approve or reject the applications. Okay. Okay. Lembaga also conduct examinations. Do you know that this diploma, you also can take lembaga exam, the part 1 and part 2? Part 1, 6 subjects, part 2, 6 subjects. Okay, that is lembaga exam. So they actually hold examinations. They also hold disciplinary proceedings. That means people can lodge a complaint with lembaga, and then they have the committee to handle the complaints. And then if, let's say, we are found to be guilty, then they will charge us. Okay, the charges depends. Lembaga has the final say whether to how to say, remove our license. That means we cannot practice, or you can be banned for 3 years or 1 year, or you will be fined. So lembaga has the final say what they will do. Depends on the seriousness of your wrongdoing. Okay, that is disciplinary. And then they look at the scale of fee, and they may change the fee from time to time. Used to be 2% and then 2.5. Now the fee is 3%. Okay, all of you should know your fee, how much you can charge. Okay, now the fee for sales is 3%, even though market practice is 2%. And for rental cases is 1.25 month for 1 year, 2 year, and 3 year. It's 1.25 month. Okay. For lease, anything more than that, for lease, you add 0.25 month for every additional year after the 3rd year. Meaning, if it's now I want to ask you, if it's a 1-year tenancy, how much can you charge the landlord? Ziad, do you know? 1-year tenancy?
Yes, Prof.
Berapa boleh charge commission kalau rental for 1 month? 1 year, sorry.
Sorry, I didn't get it, Madam tadi.
Okay, kalau you cari tenant untuk tuan rumah, you dah jumpa, lepas tu tenancy 1 tahun, you boleh charge tuan rumah 1.25 bulan. Maksudnya, kalau sewa bulanan adalah 1,000, you boleh charge owner commission 1,250. Okay, kalau tenancy 2 tahun, you pun boleh charge owner maximum 1,250, 1.25 month. 3 tahun pun sama, 1.25 month.
Okay.
Okay, untuk 4 tahun. Kalau sewa 4 tahun, itu dipanggil lease. Tak boleh panggil tenancy, itu lease. Kalau lease,
Yeah.
kalau dia sign 4 tahun, dia punya commission adalah 1.25 campur 0.25. Jadi dia punya commission boleh sampai 1.5 bulan kalau sewa 4 tahun. Kalau 5 tahun, tambah lagi 0.25. Maksudnya 1.25 campur 0.25 campur 0.25. Jadi untuk sewa 5 tahun, commission boleh jadi 1.75 bulan. Faham tak? Confused.
Confused.
Confused ah. Tak apa, you cuma hafal. Ini you kena hafal ah.
Okay.
Untuk sewa 1 tahun, 2 tahun dan 3 tahun, you boleh charge landlord 1.25 bulan.
1.25 bulan.
Okay? Kalau 4 tahun, you tambah 0.25 bulan. Kalau 5 tahun, you tambah 0.25 kali 2. Maksudnya tambah setengah bulan, 0.5 bulan. Macam tu.
Okay.
Okay, faham?
Okay. Faham.
Okay. Itu adalah scale of fee. Dan untuk sales, maksimum 3%. Kalau you jual rumah, harga dia adalah 100,000, you punya commission adalah 3% kali 100,000, you boleh dapat 3,000. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Okay. 3,000 adalah commission yang dibayar kepada agensi dan you punya portion depends lah. Kalau you dapat 40%, you dapat 40% kali 3,000. Kalau you punya 50%, you kalilah. 50% kali 3,000.
You
Macam
3,000. Alright.
so, masa you masuk agensi tu, you punya agensi akan beritahu you percentage yang you akan dapat.
Oh.
Okay? So,
Okay.
so for the scale of fees, sales is 3%, and then for property management, the board has not issued the scale of fee yet. So it's not finalized yet for property management. Okay, okay, they also, the next one, main function of the board, to hear and determine dispute relating to professional conduct and ethics. Regulate professional conduct and set standard. So we have to follow. The board set the standard and all of us must follow because we are doing this profession. Okay. The board also award scholarship and appoint members of the board. And these members of the board will decide on the direction and also depends on those members who are appointed in which committee, and then they will do the duties in that particular committee. Okay. Okay, for example, let's look at this one. In the board, you have EXCO committee, handle executive matters, the direction of the board. Then you have audit committee, internal audit of the board. Then you have complaints investigation committee. People complain, they will refer to this, they will investigate, okay, true or not. And then they do homework, whether is correct or not correct before they call you up and ask you to answer. You are given a chance to appeal or defend yourself before they decide whether you are guilty or not guilty. If you're guilty, they may fine you or they may take other more serious action. For example, remove you from the from this profession. You cannot do this profession at all. Okay. Then you have this complaints management committee. They will check, the complaint, whether correct or not correct. Some people just simply complain, suka-suka complain. Now you want to complain, you have to pay $50 per complaint. So to stop people from simply complain, if you do not want to pay the 50 ringgit, you can go through the association. Okay. For example, Impact or MIEA or the other association. They will decide. After you submit the complaint, they will decide before they submit to lembaga. Okay, that is the thing. If you submit your complaint to the MIEA or Impact, then you don't have to pay. But if you submit directly to the board, you have to pay 50 ringgit. Okay. Then you have the examination and registration committee. This committee is responsible for the exam, real estate exam. You have the valuation practice committee. This is for the valuation practice. Then you have the estate agency practice committee. This one is for estate agency practice. They will actually look at the agency practice and they will think of way to improve and how to make the profession better. Then you have property management practice committee. You have CPD, Continuous Professional Development Committee. So all of you, after you have passed your diploma and you register as a PEA, you don't have to attend RRP anymore. You don't attend RRP. You attend CPD just like the registered estate agent. So PEA will attend CPD courses just like the REA, okay? And then for this CPD courses, it's very, very wide. It can be anything. Lembaga do not restrict. You can join any CPD courses that you like. And the fee can range from very cheap, a few hundred, to a few thousand. So this one, up to you. Which subject you want to improve upon is up to you. What lembaga is concerned about is the total number of hours. Okay, REA must have 10 CPD hours. Every year must renew before you renew your license. Okay. Then you have this test of professional competence committee. This committee will interview you to see whether you are competent enough to become a real estate agent, whether you know enough, whether you can manage your own agency or not. So this is TPC. And then you have Public Relation Committee doing PR job for Bovia. Okay, so far okay? So far okay, See, okay. Okay. Wait, Okay, here, normally the interview, they will ask you on the act, they will really grill you. The act, you have to remember. And then this Act 242, Section 22C. Who can help me? What is Act 242, Section 22C? You'll be good if you can memorize this Section 22C. Section 22C says if you do not have the authority to practice, you cannot offer your service as a real estate agent to the public and collect fee. That is Section 22C. Okay, Real estate agent is the middle person between vendor and purchaser for sales transaction, landlord and tenant for rental transaction. Is the middleman. You also can help your purchaser to look for the property or the tenant to look for the property. If you represent the purchaser or the tenant, you collect your fee from the purchaser or the tenant. Then you cannot collect your fee from the vendor or the landlord. You can collect fee only from one party. You cannot collect fee from both parties. This one you must remember. Okay. Okay. Okay, what is Section 22B of Act 242? Section 22B explains what you can do. It says you can rent out property for your client and you can sell property for your client or buy or find a property for your tenant. Okay, that is Section 22B. What you can do. If you don't have, you cannot offer your service for a fee. And as a real estate agent, PEA or REN, you cannot do property management. Okay, you cannot do property management, but you can do tenancy administration. What is tenancy administration? Under MEAS Standard 10. If you rent out the property for the landlord, you can do tenancy administration for the landlord. I don't get confused between tenancy administration and property management. That is two different things. Property management, you handle the whole condo, every unit of the condo. For tenancy administration, you only handle the units that you rent out for the landlord. What do you do? Normally, you do rental collection, payment of outgoing, meaning maybe gas or TMB or water, you help to pay on behalf. And also you arrange for minor repair, service aircon or plumbing work or wireman. You handle that and you, after the thing is repaired, you check that it is properly done. Aircon is cold, the light is working. That is what you do in tenancy administration. If the unit is tenanted, you collect rent from the tenant and then you minus all the outgoings. And then what is the balance that you bank into the landlord's account, and you every month must show this statement of account to your landlord. Okay. And you must sign agreement with the landlord that you are doing this for him and you charge him. Okay. So Lembaga has not issued the scale of fee for this yet. So now people are charging anything they like. I know they are charging between 5 to 20%. Okay, as long as the landlord agrees. But to me, I think 8.5% is a fair figure, because when you introduce a client to your landlord, you charge the landlord 8.5%. So this one, I think 8.5 is reasonable, it's a fair amount. Okay, so this one we mentioned already, Section 22C, and you cannot recover your fee as an estate agent from the client if you are not registered. Your client can cheat you, ask you to sell the property and then later do not pay you. You cannot charge your client in court because you will lose. Okay? And if you are not registered, you cannot use the title to say that you are a house agent, broker, consultant, or equivalent to imply that you are doing this estate agency business. You also cannot do marketing for the property, cannot display signboard, cannot send poster, flyer, and other forms of advertisement. And I know if you want to advertise in iProperty or Property Guru, even Mudah, they also want to see your rent tag number, proof that you are actually has the license to do this. Otherwise, they will not register you. Okay, okay. Negotiator, you have three types. You have a negotiator, PEA, and REA. I think this one you all know already. Must go for test, attend 2-day course. Pass already, you get the certificate, you can apply for rent tag. You must be Malaysian. You must have the must not be a bankrupt, cannot be a bankrupt, and at least SPM. Lembaga is slowly upgrading the profession. Maybe in the future, only graduates can become real estate agents. Just like financial planners, only graduates can get the license. So Lembaga is slowly moving towards that. So for those who have rent, please make sure you update your rent. Do not let it lapse. We do not know if Lembaga may come up with new ruling. So be very careful. Okay, PEA is someone who has passed the exam but not passed TPC yet. Okay, then you have REA, the one who has passed the diploma or the exam and has done the logbook and passed the TPC. Okay, their names will be under Part 3 of the register. Okay, now we look at the code of conduct. This one also you must remember. If possible, actually before you go for the TPC, it is advisable to memorize all this code of conduct and ethics, and also the MEAS. Act, maybe not memorize the whole thing, but certain important sections, like you can confidently say Section 22C of Act 242. That. The Act, I don't expect you to memorize all. You just memorize the important sections or rules. For MEAS and Code of Conduct and Ethics, I hope you can memorize, okay? Because if you memorize when you answer, you will sound very, very professional, that you know everything, okay? Okay, Code of Conduct, you have to, how to say, you have to do it properly, ethically, cannot cheat your client. High ideals of integrity, honor, courtesy, loyal. Conduct the business in spirit of fairness and goodwill to the fellow professionals. This one sentence cover a lot of things. You cannot say bad things about your fellow professional. Don't go to that agency do this or that. You cannot say such thing. You can only say what you can offer to your client. We don't speak badly of our other professionals. Someone write a message. Let me see. Okay, Nurul leave already. Okay, Nurul. Okay, and then what is this integrity and honor? That means you don't cheat your client. Do it the proper way. Don't do gray area to cheat your client. For example, when you collect deposit, you must teach your negotiators and PEA, write your form properly. If let's say the purchaser cannot get his loan, refund the deposit to the client, and then you write properly in your form. So these are the things that we want to do. When we do this, people will have trust in our profession. Not like currently, if you look at the profession currently, people in the public is a bit worried to put the deposit with us. They trust the lawyers more than us. Actually, to be fair, we are nothing less than the lawyers. They have clients account. We have clients account also. So all these deposits, you must bank in into the client's account of your agency. Cannot bank into personal account. Courtesy must be courteous to your clients. Okay. Don't scold your clients. Talk to your clients nicely. Okay. Okay. Number 2. If you know valuer can do everything, right? Valuer can do valuation, estate agency, and property management. Okay, but estate agents can do only rental and sales of property. Property manager cannot do rental and sales of property. They can do only property management. You see or not? Estate agent cannot do valuation, cannot do property management. Property manager cannot do sales and rental of property, cannot do valuation. But we, valuer, can do everything. Okay, now code of conduct, if you are a valuer and you value a property, you cannot subsequently, how to say, sell the property to the client. Then that will be conflict of interest already. Okay. Okay, well, this one, valuation report must follow Lembaga's rule. This one for valuers, not us. Okay. Next one. We cannot agree or allow participation of anybody else into our profit. If you look at Act 242, Rule 91, we cannot allow non-professionals, meaning they don't have the tag, to take part in the professional fee in your commission. If you get 3%, you cannot share your commission with the referrer. This is very common. It's a very common market practice, but this is not allowed. Lembaga don't allow this. Otherwise, everybody becomes a referrer. Everybody becomes introducer. And some even worse, the introducer wants half of the commission without doing anything. Just because they know somebody wants to sell this property and they pass it to you, you handle everything and you get half and you share with your agency and this guy gets 50%. It is not allowed. Okay, in the interview, let's say during TPC, your interviewer asks you, okay, can introducer or referrer share your commission? So if you answer no, they are not allowed to share the commission or they are not allowed to participate in the professional fee. Your answer is correct. But if you answer according to Rule 91 of Act 242, you actually specify the act, then you score higher points. No non-professionals are allowed to participate in the professional fees. And then if you can answer like that, your mark will be higher. So if possible, when you go for the TPC, state the act or the standard that say why you answer no, why you say cannot, because it's stated in the Rule 91 of Act 242. Okay, this is how you should answer. Then you actually convince the interviewer that you know your stuff. Okay, Then number 5, it is the duty of the registered estate agent to protect the public against fraud, misrepresentation, and unethical practices. You don't, how to say, work together with others to cheat the public. Okay, remember what is our job? Is to protect public interest. That is our main job, to protect the public. You don't cheat them or don't misrepresent. Misrepresent means you don't tell the truth. Leasehold, you say freehold, because you know people like to buy freehold properties. Or you say 10-minute walk to the MRT or 10-minute drive to the Kesas Highway. Cannot say such thing. You should say distance, actual distance. 1 km away from the MRT station. You can walk or you can drive. Or how many km away from Kesas Highway. So you don't cheat the client. Okay. If let's say you are connected to the property that you are selling, you must inform the client. Otherwise, it's not fair to the client. Because again, this is conflict of interest. Okay, so you must inform them and get them to sign. Okay, yeah, I know you're selling your own properties, or this how to say, this aircon service company is related to my brother. My brother is the owner. Something like that. You must tell your client. Okay, otherwise it's not fair. Okay, number 7. You are not allowed to accept fee from more than one client, like what is practiced in Johor and Penang. They allow the purchaser, they collect fee from purchaser and the vendor. This is not allowed. You only collect fee from one party, either the purchaser or the vendor. But normal market practice is we collect from the vendor. We don't, it's not common to collect from the purchaser. But actual practice is you can collect from either party, but only one party, not both. For rental, also the same. You cannot collect from landlord and tenant. You only collect from either party, one party only. Okay? Number 8. Okay, some company, they have different branches. Okay, this branch act for the landlord. The other branch act for the tenant. This is not allowed. Okay? Okay. All black and white leaving the agency must be signed by the registered estate agents. The name and the signature must appear. All proposal report and other documentation. Okay? Even co-broke letters. Otherwise, it's not valid. Okay? All must include. Everything must be signed by the registered estate agent. And the registered estate agent cannot say, I don't know. Okay? All documents must be signed by him. And every branch, every office must be headed by a registered estate agent. Okay? Must be the registered estate agent, must be the branch manager. If it's estate agency, if it's valuer, then must be headed by the valuer. Okay, TPC, prerequisite. Before you can go for TPC, you must be a PEA. To be a PEA, you must pass your diploma and your internship. Then you get the diploma from the university. And since UGM is recognized by Lembaga, your diploma, you can apply for your PEA with Lembaga. We have those from Group 1 or Group A already registered as PEA. You can go to Lembaga website and check those from Group 1, from UGM Group 1 or Group A has already registered as PEA. So our next batch will graduate this June, and then after graduation, they can also apply with Lembaga to become PEA. Okay? Okay. After getting PEA, you must do 2-year practical training under a registered supervisor. You write 2-year logbook, what you do every day. Okay? I mean, not every day lah, maybe every week lah. So you write what you do. So your work diary you must submit for approval, typically 1-year interval. So every year you submit. Okay. So this one, the results will be communicated via bots portal. They also write a letter to you to say that you pass. Okay. Once the work diary is approved, you can submit a form, this TPC form, and a fee of 200 to attend the interview. Here you must prepare record of experience, a summary of your professional work, not less than 500 words. And then you also need to have the practical tasks. You have a task 1, a detailed write-up of a specific case of estate agency process. And then you must write step by step on your transaction. What happens from the time you get the listing to marketing, to viewing, to negotiation, to closing the deal, and step by step between 2,000 to 4,000 words. Okay, and then task 2 is a professional write-up or a marketing plan for a condo, a high-rise or commercial development, 2,000 to 4,000 words. And then they also need proof of income, because some participants before this, some candidates, they hire people to write for them, and they know nothing of what is written inside. So Lembaga want you to actually do the work, and then you have the proof of income in your Borang B. Okay. Yeah. Lembaga also, that one practical, Lembaga also tests you on your professional competence. On the professional competence, they assess you on your law, whether you know or not. National Land Code, Act 242, Maybe sometimes they, all the act that you have learned, okay, they ask you. They also ask you on the standards. Remember the 10 standards, the MEAS 10 standards, and also the Code of Conduct and Ethics. So this one, I really recommend you to memorize it. And the third one they want to ask you is on the market knowledge and current affairs, awareness of the trends or government policy, RPGT changes or budget announcement, and the economic impact on real estate. Like now, they may ask you on the latest on stamp duty for first house purchase. Anybody can update me if they ask you on this? Do you know? Okay, so for those of you, stamp duty for first house purchaser exempted until December 2027. Okay, up to 500,000, not exceeding 500,000. Okay, then they also ask you practical experience, day-to-day operation, handling clients, and also professional dilemma. So they ask you all these questions. Later, I will give you some example questions that they will ask. Okay, so you should be able to solve these problems based on the act and also the standards. Okay, any question? If you don't have question, I want to do a mock interview. I want to ask you all, see how you answer to prepare you for the actual TPC. Okay? If you don't have question, that's all for today. Okay? Thank you,
Thank you,
everybody.
madam.
Thank you. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Everybody.
Thank you, Madam Chong.
This topic is very, very important. You all must pay attention. Okay, everybody. Bye-bye.